Hey everyone, I wanted to put together a quick video showing you one of my favorite Google tools that just got about 10 times more awesome. It's a tool called TourBuilder. TourBuilder allows you to essentially tell stories with maps by creating locations, adding text and pictures, and then allowing people who use TourBuilder to essentially go through a story you've told by taking people to different places. It can be used in all sorts of ways in all sorts of different subjects. It's very cool. And they just put together this new thing. So I'm going to give you a quick preview of what it can do. I put together a Battlefields of the Revolution type map as a sample, but you can use it in science to show different ecological environments. You could use it in world languages to talk about different places and explore cultures in a different way. You could use it in English language arts to show where different parts of a novel took place. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. But I'm going to show you the new thing, which is you can go here, and when you've created your whole thing, you've created your whole tour, you can go here, and you can go Open in Earth. And let me show you what this does, because this is brand new, but it essentially creates a different type of presentation that students can give or share with another student, and they can essentially go through the whole thing. So let me show you mine. Here's my American Revolution TourBuilder. It's going to be about key battles of the American Revolution, and all I have to do is go down here and just click through it. And you're going to see that it zooms to the different locations on the map. So it's going to start off in Lexington and Concord. You can see that here we have a brief description of what it is. I can look around using Google Street View to actually see the bridge where this is taking place. And up here, you can see that I have media that I've embedded. This right here is a video that you can click and play just off of YouTube, which is really awesome. Or you can embed things like images as well. And then when I'm done exploring this area, I can go on to the next one. It's the same kind of thing. It's going to take me from here and transport me to the next location on my map. This is the Battle of Trenton, where you probably have seen this picture before, but I can actually see the river where this crossing took place and walk around and look at that. If I wanted to, I could include links to websites, links to articles and primary source documents and all sorts of things to really help my students understand why the importance of this place was. I'm going to go to my next one now, which is Saratoga in upstate New York. I embedded a map of the actual battle that took place here and might invite my students to actually travel through the battlefield using Google Earth to give them an idea of what it actually looked like. Just like that. And then finally I have here Charleston, and it's going to take me down to Charleston where there was a really awful defeat that occurred. I'm now here standing looking at Charleston Harbor, and behind me is the fort that I'm showing and talking about in this picture right here. So this is just one of the things that you can do with TourBuilder, which is pretty incredible. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my tour here, because I'm going to go and I'm going to show you how I did this. So I'm going to create one more location, and the location that I want this time is actually going to be Yorktown, which is where the American Revolution essentially ended. It's the final climactic showdown. And I have a couple of things that I want to add. One is I have these 4 pictures that I would like to add in my Google Drive, and I also have this clip from the award-winning Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot. Yay. So I want to have both of those for my students along with the description of what went on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a location, and I'm just going to start typing it in. Yorktown, Virginia, and I'm going to go ahead and hit it, and lo and behold, through the power of Google, it takes me to Yorktown. Now, right here, I can see that this is the Yorktown Victory Monument, and that would be pretty cool to drop my students there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Add to Tour. I'm going to drag the marker over to where I want it, and then I'm going to zoom in, because what I can actually do is, if I wanted to, I could lock my students into this view right here with this button, meaning that this is where they would start when they zoom to the map. But what's even cooler is you can take this little yellow guy here, which is the Street View guy, and I'm going to drop him right here, because what I'd like my students to see is that. Oops. going to go back one more time. Then drop him. I would like my students to see the Yorktown Victory Monument because I think that's pretty cool. So if I click lock this view, what it is essentially going to do is when I'm going through my tour over here, it's going to drop my students and zoom them right here. So the next thing I can do, I'm going to get to the add videos and stuff in a second here, but the first thing I'm going to do is tell them a little bit about Yorktown. And just a little bit of information. I can go on for a lot longer. Another thing I can also do is change the icon. You can actually create a custom icon. I'm just going to create a different color here. That shows the color right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my photos and videos. Now you can add up to 25 things to give context to the docs and stuff, or the information here and the website links or whatever you have them do. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add photos and videos. We have a bunch of different options here. A couple that are really popular that I think you can also do is there's an in search option. So if I went Yorktown Battle here, an inbox search, I could click that. It brings up a couple of things. The map is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and select that, and it brings up the map. I can, if I wanted to, I could even create, and I want to add them in as well. And the way that I would do that is go ahead and hit the plus button, and over here I'm going to select image by URL. I'm going to select image by URL. I'm going to go to the image that I want to use in my drive, and right here, do you see this button that says Get Shareable Link? Link is copied to clipboard. I go back over here, and I go Command V to paste it, and I hit select. There it is again. Do the same thing with this next photo. Get the shareable link, hit the add button, paste the address, select. Same thing here. Go back over here, hit the add media, make sure image by URL is selected, paste it, and then finally this last one, hit the add button, paste the address, select. So you can see that in about 15 seconds, I was able to add all of those. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this video. And the way that I add this YouTube video is the same way that I added the images. I'm going to copy the address up here by going copy. I'm going to go back to TourBuilder. I'm going to hit the plus button. And this time I'm going to go YouTube by URL, paste it, and hit select. So there we go. Now that is essentially everything that I have to do in order to set up this location in my tour. So I'm going to hit done editing, and I'm going to show you in Google Earth what all of that looks like. It takes a little while to load, but once it has loaded, you're going to see some pretty impressive stuff. So here's my map. I can, if I want to, go straight to Yorktown, so I don't have to go through the whole thing. It's going to zoom me and my students straight to that view that I locked earlier. There's the information. I can cycle through it, look at the different pictures, play the video, which is going to play in full screen. And that's essentially how you use TourBuilder to create really engaging and awesome stories with maps. So if you have more questions about it, feel free to contact me. I would love to show you a little bit more and help you plan one for your class as well.